I'm actually on time today, you guys. Anyway, uh, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all, especially those that are catching the replays. Um, I'm grateful for you all being here. I appreciate your time and energy. So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes just until we get some one or two people in here. It doesn't matter. So we're going to wait a couple of minutes. But today's just going to be a general chat. Um, I have some things going on in my garden that I would like to possibly get some advice from some of you guys, some of you veterans, and just some of you guys that have more experience than me. Hi, Tampa. Hi. How you doing? Um, I was just saying that I was just going to be having a general chat today. There's some things that I'm going to touch on that is definitely related to Wellness Wednesday. So I'm grateful that you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Unique Bay. Hi, DMV Gardner. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here so very much. Um, Maybe we'll get outside to the garden. It looks like the clouds are clearing from the sun, which is very awesome because just a minute ago it was looking like I should be getting back in my bed. But as I was saying, I'm glad that you are here. Thank you all so very much. Tampa says she's better now that her son is home. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. I did see the video where he did return home, and I'm grateful for that. So that's amazing. That is amazing. As I was saying, today will be just a touch up of some things here and there, and maybe we'll get out because I have some issues that I'm having with blueberry bushes. Um, I have three blueberry bushes. I've only had them uh, a couple of months, and I moved them to a different bed and thinking that, instead of me having them in these small containers, I'll move them in the bed and I put them all in the same bed and they aren't thriving at all. So I would like to be able to get some advice from someone. If you guys, anyone is experienced with blueberries. So anyway, let's get back on topic. Okay. So thank you all for being here. Today is Wellness Wednesdays, and I know that I've been away for a while, you guys. So I appreciate you all coming back. I'm excited to be back. Lots of things have changed. Hi, Frugal Mama. How you doing? Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate your time. Um, but we're going to get back on track, okay? So I'm greeting everyone. I hope that everyone is having an amazing day. Happy Wednesday to you all, right? I hope that you are able to get out into your garden or at least go for a walk in the park, or spend some relaxing, fun time with someone that you treasure in your life, right? Um, I just hope that we are making those important moments, those memories in our lives. You know, every day is not promised to us. So live in the moment, you guys. So I just wanted to put that out. I'm so glad you guys are here. Hi, Sandra. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the quote of the day today is I am stronger. Excuse me, you guys. I'm going to be looking down. I did write some notes prior to coming on. So I'll be looking down. That's what I'm looking at, my notebook and my iPad. So please forgive me, but I did write some ideas down. I didn't want to forget anything that I wanted to touch on today. So, quote of the day is I am stronger than I think I am, and I give myself grace in times of weakness. So again, it is I am stronger than I think I am, and I give myself grace in times of weakness. it is so very important that we give ourselves grace, right? Grace is very, very important in our lives, especially this world that we live in. And we're not perfect. None of us are. As much as we want to, get things right the first time and, you know, be the perfect person for this person or fix this for that person, things like that. Sometimes we don't always meet the mark, right? And when that happens, and it does, it's life. We should always give ourselves grace. I remember long, long ago, you guys, I used to be really, really hard on myself when I didn't, meet a deadline for something, or I wasn't able to fulfill a promise to someone, or, things that, I was just like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And I wasn't able to do it, or I failed at it. I would be so hard on myself. I would, say things to myself like I'm worthless, I could say some other choice words I used to say. Remember, you guys, I was in the military, so I can have a potty mouth sometimes. But I used to say those things to myself, and I had to learn that I'm not perfect, and I can't expect the people around me to be perfect either. We're all here on this plane, on this earth, just doing the best that we can, and it's important to know that we can give ourselves grace, right? Um, the other part of this quote is, you know, in times of pain and hardship and things like that, sometimes things hit us so hard that it knocks the breath out of us, right? And we don't think we can make it. We don't think we're going to be. We're it's just where our mind goes sometimes, right? But a lot of times we are a lot stronger than we think we are, right? And we go through things, literally go through it. We don't stay stagnant. We don't stay there in that spot. We keep moving. You go through it, whatever the trials or tribulations, whatever it is in your life, you keep going. And when you get to the other side, you realize, like, wow, that situation did hurt me and it changed my life, right? Changed my life. But I'm still here to tell the story and I made it through it, right? So that quote is very personal to me. And I can relate my life and other people's lives that I'm very close with to that quote. So again, that is the quote of the day. I'll repeat it again. It's, I am stronger than I think I am, and I give myself grace during times of weakness. Okay, so how are you guys doing? I want to check in with you guys really, really quickly. How's everybody doing today? It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Um, I am preparing to get out into the garden again today. Um, I've been down for a couple of days, really, really down, more than a couple of days. Not down like, sad or depressed, but like down meaning I couldn't get out into my garden. So how are you guys doing today? How's your garden doing? What are you guys growing? We're officially in spring now, about 2 or 3 weeks, I think, for my area where I am in Texas. We've been in spring. And I feel so behind. I feel like I'm so behind on everything. So let's go with the announcements. Okay. My first announcement is I would like to thank everyone who is subscribed to me. We were able to make 500 subscribers just 2 days ago. So I am so excited about that. Yes. I'm so grateful to you all for following me. It lets me know that my channel is growing and what I'm putting out is relevant to some people. Um, I know that I have a lot of growth to go, a lot more growth to continue on doing, right? In these YouTube streets, but I'm enjoying it. That's the most important thing. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying meeting with you all, talking with you all, sharing my garden, looking at you all's gardens and everybody's journeys and everything. So I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about that. And I'm so grateful to my new subscribers. Thank you all for being here. I hope that I am able to bring something to you, to your life, that could possibly change your life in a positive way. Um, that is my number one goal. So it could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything with gardening. It could be just us chatting. You know, um, me talking about multiple sclerosis. You don't know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that I'm able to be a light in someone's life that has decided to follow me. So I'm so excited. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Um, let's check the comments. DMV Garden says doing well. Been loving the garden exercise. That sounds amazing. Yes. Thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you, babe. And yes, I have not forgotten about you, Tampa. Life has been lifing, okay? As I know everyone's life has been lifing, right? But I have not forgot about you at all. I did receive your email, so I will be giving you a call soon. I just needed some time to get myself together and get back on track with the garden, and I had some other things going on too, and I went out of town and everything. So Frugal Mama says, hello everyone, working and lurking, y'all. I know that's right, girl. Get it. So now that we have, more subscribers, I have at least 100 subscribers since I think the last time we did a live. So because of that, um, I've decided that with Wellness Wednesdays, since we have only done 2 actual sessions of talking about primary and secondary foods, I believe I'm going to start over, right? Since we have new subscribers and people, you know what I'm saying, are, coming in now, and I, want people to be on track. And don't get me wrong, I know people are going to come and I'm not going to keep on starting over, but because I have not touched on this subject for 3 weeks in a row, I feel like we should start over, and it'll be a refresher, what I'm saying, to some of us that have been here from the beginning. And I love this topic. So I am so excited to talk about it again. So, starting, let's do the first Wednesday in May. Not sure what day that is, what day that falls on, but the first Wednesday in May, this May, which is in like 2 weeks, we will be starting our conversations with the primary and secondary foods over, right, from the beginning. So that's another announcement. So now let's talk about my trip and travel adventures to New Orleans. So, okay, so that's the first. So that's perfect. That's perfect. So, most of you all know that last week was a travel week for me. Last Wednesday, not last week, but the week before that, went down to New Orleans, of course, to support Unique, someone that is very, very, very close and very, very, very important to me, in the homecoming of her mother, right? We both are from New Orleans. So they did an amazing job. She did an amazing job. You know, her and her sister and her brother, they all did, her whole family did an amazing job sending her mom home. So that was beautiful. It was very beautiful. And while we know, you know, the first part of that is the hardest, right? Is still more roller coasters to come. So I've, you know, just been a listening ear to her, comforting her the best way I can. You know, it's very hard to grieve the love of your life, the first person that you've ever loved, right? So I completely understand that, and to some extent, I'm still grieving my mom. So, and it's only been, it'll be 8 years this year. So I completely understand where she is. And it's a process, and no one's rushing, you know, her or anything like that. I always say, take your time. You know, this is your time, you know, to grieve someone that was so significant in your life, right? So it was beautiful homecoming. So while I was there, I was able to go and visit some family. I was able to visit with my dad, which is in his late 80s. And he still looks really good, but I can tell that there's some things going on that he's not discussing with me. So I enjoyed those moments that I had with him while I was there, right? We got out into his yard. He has, you know, he's in New Orleans as well, in a surrounding area of New Orleans as well, kind of like the country. So we were able to go out into his yard, and he gave me some wild onions. You know, he actually dug them up and gave me some wild onions. And y'all, I preserved them wild onions from New Orleans all the way here to Texas, baby. Okay. So cherish those moments and those people and the people that you have in your life, right? Little stuff like that. That's a memory that I now have with him. And this thing called life is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. But at the same time, it's amazing, right? So just love on those that love you, right? Because you never know. You never know when it's time for you, you know, to be called home, you know. So always be present and cherish those moments. They're very, very, very important, you guys. Very important. And I know most of us know that. So while there, actually the day before we got back on the road to come back to Texas was the day that I visited with my dad. So I went out with him. We went out to go get something to eat, even though we went to a restaurant that he really likes. You know, he really likes it. He loves seafood. You know, my dad is a man that can eat off the land. You know, he's a man's man, you know. So, you know, him and his brothers, you know, they, you know, trap turtles and, you know, eat snake and alligator and all this stuff. Like, he literally was born in the swamps, right? Of Louisiana, and they know how to live off the land. So he was like, I want to take you out to eat. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm visiting. I haven't seen him in a while, you know, whatever. So I was like, great, let's go. You know, and I didn't want to be picky. I didn't want to be picky about, well, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, you know, and things like that. Like, I want to make these memories with him, and I want them to be as smooth as possible, right? So, you know, he's like, okay, so we go out to eat, we get to this restaurant, and it's a seafood restaurant. And I'm just like, oh, wow, you know, this is going to be interesting. What am I going to pick from this menu? So, you know, I thought maybe they would have a salad, you know, a side salad or something. But again, we're in the country, you know, and things like that. And yeah, it wasn't very much that I could choose from, right? So I decided to well, not try, but get the fried pickles. I was like, okay, I can handle a little bit of grease, as long as it's not breaded, you know, Um, I can work with the fried pickle a little bit, whatever. So I ordered some of that. We got it to go because, of course, you guys know I can't eat in restaurants because of my condition. Whenever I do order food, I have to order out. I have to order takeout or order it to go, and that has been my life since yeah, since 2020, pretty much. So I was like, well, hey, Dad, I can't eat here. And he was like, okay, no problem. We'll get it to go. So we got it to go, went back to his home, and, we sat and ate. And, I enjoyed that time with him. I nibbled a little bit. I wasn't really hungry, but I couldn't really eat because I even had to protect myself from my dad, even, him being older and, he works at a school, so he's exposed to kids. Like if he has a just a little tickle in his throat, that can turn into something major for me, right? Even my own dad, I have to wear a mask. So I couldn't really eat while he was eating. So, he ate and things like that. And then we talked and everything. We went out to his yard, which he used to garden, but he doesn't anymore since he's up in age now. And uh after that, spent some time with him, and then, I got back on the road and, got back with Unique Bay. Later, actually, no, I went back to the hotel and actually took a nap because I was exhausted. All the traveling, all the if you guys haven't heard me say this before, I am a I don't know how to say it without throwing people off, but I'm an empath. So I'm not trying to scare you guys off, but I can read energy. And so when I'm around a lot of people, it's really draining to me. So I went back to the hotel to take a nap and rest. So when I woke up, it was pretty late. It was already pretty late. A lot of things had already closed, even though it was Saturday, but a lot of things that catered to the way that I eat and Unique eats was closed or closing, right? So by the time I woke up, it was just pretty late, and I was just like, okay, I'm not going to worry about it, And Unique was like, no, we're going to be on the road tomorrow. You've got to eat something, because I didn't really eat those fried pickles because it was really heavily breaded. And you guys know I've spoken about gluten and how it affects, me, a person with MS, because I have leaky gut, right? So I try to stay away from gluten. Try my best to try to stay away from gluten. So she's like, no, we're gonna find something real quick, So she found this vegan restaurant, went in. Actually, they were closing when she walked in, and she was like, do you have anything, because we need something. She, we have to eat. She hasn't ate all day, whatever. And they gave her a soup. Of course, she paid for it, and everything. It was a soup, their house soup. And I was just so hungry that I ate it, right? Didn't think nothing about it. It was okay. It wasn't the best soup, it was really creamy. And I couldn't figure out what was making it creamy, especially because it's supposed to be a vegan or plant-based soup. But it was creamy, and I was thinking, okay, maybe it's chickpeas, or something like that. And it was spicy right at the end. It was spicy. Let me speak to people that are in here that are coming in. Hi, my Renaissance Grandma. Hi. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Hi, LP. She says, or he, I'm not sure. Excuse me if I said, if you're the opposite of what I said. She said they said they're listening and lurking. I love it. LP also said condolences and prayers to your grieving loved one. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Fresh and Fire. Hi, how you doing? I don't know if I spoke to you earlier, but thank you. I appreciate it so very much. She said, they said, I love that quote. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is one of my favorite ones. And then Fresh and Fire says, shaking my head. I'm so behind, but I had to have a convo with myself and accept the reality of it. I can only do what I can. That's right. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. So getting back to what I was saying, my adventures in New Orleans. And so I ate the soup, right? Had something, got something on my stomach. Hi, J3. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. So I appreciate you all being here so very much. I appreciate your time and energy. So I ate the soup, it was really late. It was like 11 o'clock at night. So, of course I got to get some sleep. So we go to sleep. Stop. I'm talking to my dog over there, you guys. She's over there licking something that she shouldn't. So, I had to get some sleep, right? Because, I was driving. So, we get to we get on the road, everything is fine. Everything is fine. The entire day, the road trip went smoothly. I had no issues. Unique was over there, knocked out. Sleep, that's great because she felt safe, with me. You guys, I am a safe driver. I take pride in driving and I love driving. So, it was 6 hours, to get from New Orleans to where she lives at, and then another 3.5, no, 3 hours to get, from Houston to where I live at, right? So, like I said, the day went good. God came back here to the house. Everything was good. The garden was good. My neighbor took care of the garden while I was gone for those 5 days, which was awesome. Got up the next morning. Well, actually, went to sleep early because I was really tired. Woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you guys, feeling nauseated, feeling like I gotta run to the bathroom, and it ain't for number one. Then I started, with the sulfuric burps and things like that. And as soon as I was able to really sit down and really think about, like, okay, why am I going through this? I started getting cold and hot. And mind you, that day I had to go back to Enterprise to bring the rent-a-car back before 8 o'clock. So I'm like, what's going on with me? Like, I know I'm not coughing. I'm not having no type of symptoms of like COVID or anything like that, or flu or nothing like that, but I'm just my stomach, right? So it dawned on me, the soup. So what I realized is that the soup that they made, that the vegan soup that they made, was made with flour. That's why it was so thick. So when I got to the bottom of it, it was like literally like a roux instead of it being like a broth type of soup. But I was so hungry, I was just like, I just got to eat something. I ate it and didn't think nothing about it. But it took a full day for it to affect my body, you guys. And even though I had all that going on, I had to go to Enterprise. I had to turn the car in, right? So I go to turn the car in. Now they're going to bring me back home, but they're waiting for their driver to come back. So when their driver comes back, by the time he finally gets there, I'm outside vomiting, on like literally in front. I couldn't even make it out the door fast enough. Gluten is the devil. I I don't care what nobody say. Nobody should be consuming gluten. Even though it might not be giving you no effects right now, no symptoms right away, because like I said, it took a full day for it to affect me. But that gluten, oh my goodness, it put me out of commission that Monday, that Tuesday, that Wednesday, that third. I didn't start recovering until this past Friday, you guys. That's how much it affected me. And it's horrible, horrible. If you guys think about it, think about the word gluten. Glue times 10. That's what bread and pasta and crackers, the stuff that in our stomachs. And because, like I said, I know, that I have a leaky gut, and that's why I eat the way that I eat. So for those 5 days, I had to recover, you guys. I wouldn't have been no good coming to you guys on Wednesday. Like, I was fever, I was cold, I was hot. Like, and mind you, my regular life still has to go on. I still have to go pick up my dog. I still gotta go to this appointment. I still got, to go to the grocery store, because when I came back, I didn't have no food in the house. So it's like, and I have to make sure that I'm close enough where there's a bathroom, or who knows what's going to happen, right? So gluten is the devil, okay? And the only thing that I did different was I added more herbs. I added more herbs into my my foods, because I already eat gut friendly foods. I'm already there, right? It was just that one time that everything was closed, and they only had that, and that's what we got, right? Because of that. But yes, that stuff is horrible, horrible, horrible. It was days that I was balled up in my bed, you guys, like just cramping, just from the whatever it's doing to my stomach, because let's remember, leaky gut means that in your gut lining, there's holes, right? So when you eat things like gluten that need to be processed, because it's already a processed food, you know what I'm saying? And your that gut lining that's already damaged, it can't handle it, right? So since I've changed my diet 2 years ago, I cut out gluten. I have not had no problems with my stomach. But this soup was full of flour. It was a roux they made. Whew, that was horrible. So it took me days, literally days, to get better, you guys. And I'm so grateful that I just, like I said, incorporated herbal teas, more of my herbal teas. I went to my apothecary, you guys. I had to. I had to. So I still was eating my leafy greens, and even my healthy nuts, things like that, mushrooms, quinoa, you know, things that I'm already eating every day. I just stuck with that, and that's what helped me get better. Also, like I said, I added herbal teas into it as well. So I added a lot of dried ginger tea, and then I have mint. I put in with some lemon balm or lemongrass, anything that was really soothing to my stomach. It was horrible, you guys. It was horrible. So when I say, that if you change your diet, you can change your life. That is so true. Change your diet, heal your gut, change your life, change your life. It was even to the point, you guys, because my immune system was trying to fight off this gluten, trying to fight it off, trying to figure out what to do with it, that my balance began to, like, not be stable, because of my body is flared up, and that's how MS shows up in my body when I'm flared up, when I'm eating something I shouldn't, or I've been exposed to something that I shouldn't, or I'm under a ton of stress. My balance becomes compromised. So that's why I'm so, 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 so strict and so adamant about the diet that I follow. Not even a diet, it's a live it. Because diet dies, DIE, it. No, not living that. I'm doing a live it, not a diet. So let me check the comments, you guys. When I get to talking about that gluten, I'm so passionate about it. So I think she was saying that was the restaurant, the name of the restaurant. Renaissance Grandma said, facts, facts, facts. Yes, that gluten is the devil. Wellness Frugal Mama, what Frugal Mama says, it almost unalived my coworker years ago. Wow. He was sick for over almost a year before that. Before that, figured it out. He looked like a skeleton. Oh, wow. Wow. That I believe it. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. And what's even more crazy about the situation is before I was diagnosed with MS, that's all that I ate. Bread, pasta, crackers, anything that had carbs in it. Like I loved it. I didn't know that it was tearing my gut lining up. Did not know it. Wow. I'm so thankful that he figured it out before it was too late. Yes, I know that I've definitely lost weight since last week. It was rough in here, you guys. I can only explain so much without being, without it being TMI. Yes, 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 my Renaissance hormone. I'm so glad you guys are here. Fresh and Fire says, "Oh no, so sorry you were sick like that, Jarrell. Glad you're doing better." I'm glad I'm doing better too. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Sonia. Thank you for being here. But as I was saying, thank you, Tampa. Um, I feel like I'm very close to being 100%. I might be 100% back. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like I am, even though I'm definitely behind in the garden. And so I'm trying my hardest to catch up. And it's so hard. It's so hard. But what's the saying? They say you can the question is, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time, even though I don't eat meat. That's a horrible analogy, but I've heard people say that. But I'm taking everything one little bitty chunk at a time. That's all that I can do, right? Okay. Unique Base says that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud of you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Tampa says she couldn't speak to everyone. She's driving. Hey, girl, make that money, girl, and be safe out there for real. So, um, now that I'm, back on track with things, let me see. Let me get back into what I was talking about. Um, and so, during those days that I was, down and out pretty much, um, whew, y'all, I was craving my garden, right? And even though I was not 100%, I still made it out there to do little things, even if it was just to drop some seeds, even if it was just, what I'm saying, just to um I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to the universe because the day that I needed to water my garden, right? I wasn't feeling good. I was cramped up in the bed and I was like, I've got to get out there. Even if I have to be cramped up, watering with the hose, I would have got there and I would have got out there and done it, right? But it rained. It rained. So I didn't have to get out there and water my garden. Mother Gaia, the universe watered her for me. So I was so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for a lot of things, you guys. Um, I try my best so hard not to get emotional on these lives. But when you are living a life of a walking testimony, it's hard not to. It's hard not to. So I don't know if you guys were here. Some of you guys were here maybe like a month ago. I had announced that I had had a meeting with my neurologist, and my all 18 of my lesions on my brain and on my spine are stable. So even though I'm, having a little bit of run-in with the gluten situation, but I can honestly say that I changed my mind, I changed my diet, I changed my life. And when I talk to people about my story, I know a lot of people look at me and they think that it's not that bad. What can't be that bad? Look how she looks. I don't look like I have MS. I don't move like I have MS. But it's because I've made so many sacrifices to heal myself. Um, because I learned that I'm important. I learned to love myself, first of all, because my entire life I've always put others before me. Always, 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 always. And some may say that's the reason why I obtained MS. I'm just so grateful um, to be where I am right now in this journey, my life, MS, my garden, everything. And I know a big part of my healing goes to my garden as well, right? I get out there even days when I don't feel good, but it lifts my spirit. It makes me feel needed, right? I'm nurturing something that I love. I'm giving energy and it gives energy back to me, healing energy at that. And of course, the biggest reward is that I get to eat healthy food and continue to heal my body with it. So when I tell people my story and I tell people, change your mind, change your diet, and you change your life. You will change your life. It hurts me when I see people suffering for something that may seem simple as just changing your food. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal, right? And a lot of people don't understand that. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Okay, I'm going to stop crying. But I always want to share my story in hopes that maybe I'll help someone, right, with their struggles. So let's go to the comments. Thank you, Renaissance Mama. Grandmama. Fresh and Fire says completely understandable. Sweetie, you're walking testimony. Thank you for that. I appreciate that so very much. Renaissance Grandma says autoimmune is an invisible disease. People just don't know the struggles and suffering behind it. That is so true. And that's why I choose to be positive in my journey. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But I choose that because when I think positive, I feel better. You know, when I think negative, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel horrible. So why? Why do it? Right? So I try to look at everything with light. Thank you, Honest. Thank you. So, okay, so I wrote down some things on how I feel like the garden heals us. And if you guys have any more idea or concepts on how our garden heals us, because it heals us in so many ways. So many ways. So I'm just going to list a few, and I'll touch on a little bit as well. We got like 15 more minutes. I'm not going to stay on here long, you guys. I'm only going to do an hour today. So the first thing is that it helps with psychological stress, right? I feel like on those days when I may be a little frustrated from something, and I really can't say that, that I'm really frustrated on a lot of things in my life, because I have a lot of peace in my life. And it's because I had to change a lot of things in my life. Even removing some people out of my life, right? Some very important people that were, that were very quintessential, and if they were not, bringing anything positive or anything of growth or light or anything like that to my life, then I had to move on. There was no question about it. I had to learn to love me, as I mentioned earlier. I had to learn to put me first. I had to. I had to. And it was hard. It was hard. You guys have to remember that since the age of 8 years old, I've been taking care of people my entire life, just up until a year ago, maybe, And actually, I'm still taking care of someone, so my dog. But you guys know what I mean. And so now I prioritize me. I prioritize my health. I prioritize my wellness. I prioritize my peace, right? I prioritize my joy. Yes. And I'm pouring into me, and being out in my garden, rather it doesn't matter what I'm out there doing. I could be out there pulling weeds, and that is a spiritual moment for me. Because let's remember, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I wasn't able to do that. So it helps me ease my mind. It brings me joy, brings me peace. I love my garden. Even when, like now, things are being ate up by all these beetles. And every time that I want to go out and spray, it starts raining. So I'm unable to take care of the pests, right? And some people might get angry and be upset about it. Nature's just doing its thing, and I'll get what's for me when it's time for me, right? As they say, what do they say? How do they say it? What's for me is for me. So they can enjoy it right now, but you could best believe when that sun come out and it's hot out there again, I'm coming out there with that spray. I'm coming out there with that spray, and it satisfies me to get rid of them. So that's a part of the psychological healing as well in the garden. Okay. Also, being present, being in the garden allows you to be present because you're focusing on what you're doing, you're enjoying it, lots of times I'm in the garden, I'm listening to, very uplifting spiritual music. So that helps set the mood. Then most times I'll not have headphones at all and I'll just listen to the birds. I have two wind chimes that I installed a couple of months ago. Never had wind chimes in the garden before, but they're so beautiful, So being present, listening to your surrounding, becoming one, feeling the breeze on your face and just loving what you're doing, that is healing. That is a part of the garden healing you as well. Also, it improves your mood. I've heard people say that when they are out gardening and they smell the soil, that it uplifts them, and I honestly can relate to that. I honestly can relate to that. I love the smell of the soil, the smell of greens. I don't know if you guys can relate. Most of us are gardeners in here, so most of you guys can relate. But the color green has a smell, It's really earthy, really grounding. So I love the color green. I love the color. I love the smell of it. I know that sounds weird, but it improves your mood and it boosts your mood as well. So, also, the most obvious one is we get to eat healthy as well. So our garden, lifts our mood. It, releases psychological stress. It allows us to be present. And then it also feeds us, whether we're growing, you know, fruits, vegetables, herbs, it's something that we're going to use externally on our bodies or internally in our bodies, right? So the healing garden has so many, 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 many ways of healing us. What are some ways that the garden heals you guys? What are some ways that you feel like the garden, once you go out there and you get your work in and you mark those goals off your list and things like that? Like, what are those things that you go out and do, and when you come back in, it's at the end of the day, and you feel so satisfied, as I say, satisfied but satisfied, right? What gives you that? What are those things that you love doing? What gives you that with your time in your garden? Hi, Tinag. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. I hope you're having an amazing day. There's another one that I didn't touch on, as far as the things that heal you in the garden. How the garden heals you, rather. It boosts your immune system. So I think that means that we're getting, fresh air, we're getting sun, we're getting exercise, right? And all those things are beneficial to our immune system. And that is a huge thing that I can say that has really helped me with healing multiple sclerosis. So last week when I felt like I could possibly, that's how bad the gluten made me feel. Like this could be it for me. I was out of there. Like I didn't know. I was still able to walk around, my balance was off, like I mentioned earlier, but that gluten put me down, and I'm so glad that I had my garden to to look forward to give me some purpose, to give me some goal, some umph behind me. Even though I was still hurting, but I still got out there. And I feel like it helped boost my autoimmunity, being out there, even with my stomach in the condition that it was in. So that is all that I have. So let's go to the comments. I think I saw Fresh and Fire. They said, yes, I'm the same way. The smell of the tomato plants and roses instantly make me smile because it brings back memories of my grandparents. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing to have those memories with your loved ones in the garden. Yes, 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 yes. That is amazing. I always think about that, like, wow, I wish that, I wish a lot of things, first of all, but, you know, um, I wish that my mom would have had more exposure to the garden, and of course that would have passed on to me, and I'd have passed it on to my children. You know what I'm saying? And we all would have been just well rounded in the garden, But she only gave what she could give, right? And I'm accepting of that. But I have it now, and so now I can pass it on, and I am passing it on to my kids and my grandkids. So that makes me smile as well. So thank you for that, Fresh and Fire. I appreciate that so much. T-Nog says, I'm taking a break from my garden. I'm doing wonderful. That is amazing. Great, 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 great. I'm so excited to get out into mine today too. So I'm not going to keep you guys long. Is everyone speaking? Yes. So let's do a little recap, you guys. So let's remember that we're going to start Wellness Wednesdays over again when we're talking about the primary and secondary foods. We will begin again from the beginning, starting the first Wednesday in May. And I believe someone mentioned that that is the first. So the 1st of May, let me look at my calendar. Yeah, so May 1st, we will resume and restart Wellness Wednesdays. I've decided to restart it over again because I have an influx of followers, new subscribers that I'm so excited for. I have not talked about the primary and secondary foods for 3 lives in a row. So I just want us to be on the same, well, most of us to be on the same page before I go on to the next, right? So we'll just do a quick recap starting May 1st, and we'll get back on track with that. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, I have reached over 500 subscribers now. So I'm so excited. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for taking the time to subscribe to me. Um, I'm grateful that I'm able to be a part of your lives, and also able to share parts of my life with you all as well. So today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live. I hope that there was something that I said or that I spoke about that may can help you in your life, or someone you know's life, things like that. Be sure to subscribe to me if you're not already. Share this live as well, and comment as well, you guys. I love reading you guys' comments. And I think it's just one more thing. I just want to give thanks to you all for being here so very much with me. I know that you all could have been anywhere else in anyone else's life, but you're here with me, and that means a lot to me, you guys. You have no idea. So I'm thankful for your time and for your energy, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your days. And get out into your garden. Get out into your garden, you guys, if you can. I understand if you can't, but take advantage. We're in spring. It's time to grow, 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 as much as you can. And I've been dropping seeds like crazy since I've been back. I'm so excited. I was going to take you guys outside, but I think that it's drizzling again. Um, I've got to get out there. I got to spray my fruit trees because they're getting ate up. But this was amazing. I'm so grateful for you all, and you all have an amazing day. And I will see you on those YouTube streets. Bye, and happy gardening, everyone.